Hey, I'm Steph.
And I'm Alex.
And we want to welcome you to our podcast,
The Film Bros.
A podcast where we discuss the movies we love without any judgment or film snobbery. It's a twice-a-week escape where we reflect, review, and raffle.
Is that like ruffling, but like with a Santa ho 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 in there?
Yes, exactly. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it.
We're on the same page.
Wow, we're so on the same page. Yes.
Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight? Won't you come out tonight? Won't you come out tonight? Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight? And dance by the light of the moon. What'd you wish for when you threw that rock? Hey guys, happy holidays.
Guys. Happy holidays. We're happy to be here with you this fine December.
Ooh, it's let's see, it's 2 days till Christmas.
Oh my gosh, it really
and
is.
2 days till the first day of Hanukkah, because the first day of Hanukkah is on the 25th this year. Weird.
Is it? Oh, I don't know how they picked that. I feel like the schedule's been weird for holidays.
It's just like the phrasing of how they pick that.
Or how do you know what day it falls on?
I don't super know. So for any Jewish listeners
can you guys
listening,
inform
can
us?
you tell us, please?
I feel like the holiday schedule has been so weird because Thanksgiving was so late this year.
Oh, so I'm not crazy.
Yeah, no. It really
I was
threw
like,
me
why
off.
are they? Why is it a holiday panini and I am the cheese in the middle? What's
It's a
going
holiday.
on?
Yeah. No, everything feels like very smushed together to me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes. We did spend like an hour before we started recording with me just sort of like trauma dumping about my holiday stress. So
Yeah.
How's yours, Steph? You holding up okay?
Oh yeah. No, I'm okay.
That sounded convincing.
Yeah, no, I feel like who doesn't?
Great.
I'm so good.
Do you have your emotional support Christmas eucalyptus tree this year?
I
Your
don't.
Yucca Christmas.
That's right. Last year, although there is a cactus, I have a cactus.
Oh, every year she has a new emotional support plant for Christmas.
This is my emotional support plant this year. No,
How do you make cactus Christmas? Christmas.
Wow. This
Cactus.
episode is not starting well for the
No.
ladies. No, I feel like everyone handles holiday stress differently. And I feel like you and I are similar in this one way, in that we both need to go in a room and close the door and not speak to anyone.
And not have anyone look at me.
Yeah. Like I definitely need resets here and there.
Yes.
And during the holidays, it's just tricky. Like my social battery runs very low. So
Same.
this is like my favorite thing. Sit down, watch a Christmas movie, chat about it. That's like
I know.
a nice little reset. No, but it's been great. Honestly, it's been fun. I just got back to my parents in Jersey.
Joycey,
So that's
how's
why-
Joycey?
Oh, it's great.
Look
Yeah,
at your childhood bed behind you. Guys,
Yes.
subscribe to the Patreon so you can see Steph's childhood bed. Who's that teddy bear back there?
I'm not sure it's actually new.
Oh, what? What? What are you talking about?
My mom loves a little tchotchke decoration.
Oh, Barb, I love
So
it.
there's like a lot of if I spun this computer around. I mean, hold on. Here's something that's right next to me. Guys, subscribe to the Patreon. You'll
Subscribe
be able
the
to see.
Patreon.
Like this is just over in the corner.
Oh, a Raggedy Ann doll. I don't know what I was expecting, but oh, she's nice. Oh,
She's a
she has
nurse.
Scrubs. I was gonna say. Like,
She's a nurse. I believe she's a trauma nurse. Trauma nurse Raggedy Ann.
That is my autobiography title.
Trauma nurse Raggedy Ann. I mean, it's a plethora of joy here in my childhood. Well, this is actually my sister's childhood bedroom, but they've all
Aw.
been redone,
I
so
love it.
doesn't look the same. But anyway,
Yay, I'm not in my childhood bedroom. I'm in my
yeah.
apartment in LA because I'm hosting Christmas this year, hence the
Mhm.
stress and the neurosis. But look, I've got a little Christmas tree with the Hawkings.
are
the
we
stockings
okay?
have been hung by the chimney with care. I've got presents under the tree. We've got a little pine tree scented candle going.
Do you have all of your gifts? Are you an early Christmas shopper, Alex?
No, I'm usually a panic Christmas shopper, but
Oh.
this year I did okay. This year I
Okay.
actually kind of had my shit together, and I'm very happy
Okay.
about that. But I
Nice.
did just send my mom and my boyfriend on a trip to Target together to do Christmas shopping so that they would be out of the apartment for while we record this. So
Yeah, I know, it's hysterical. Like, my parents are downstairs right now probably watching a movie with my sister, and I'm like, oh my God, they're probably down there like, what happened with her?
no, they're not. They're so proud of you.
Listening to me go, how do they pick what day Hanukkah starts?
Guys, we're here to talk about a movie that is so good.
I
love this movie. This
one
is
of the best.
Maybe in my top 10 movies of all time.
Me too. It definitely is. It's probably in my top 5.
Oh, and it is my second favorite Christmas movie. My first favorite is Muppet Christmas Carol, which I did get to watch last night in Pasadena at an outdoor theater in a little Victorian Christmas village, and it was the best. But this is my number 2, and that is It's a Wonderful Life.
It's a Wonderful Life. I love this movie. It simply doesn't fail to make me cry. There's never been a viewing that I haven't in my life.
No, I've tracked about like 6 cry points that are always make me cry.
Well, and you, Alex.
Oh, God.
You played a game.
Oh, it was the worst decision I've ever made.
This year.
It was so bad. Why did we do this?
What was the game that you played? Tell our listeners.
Well, I was back in Nantucket with Paul at our house, and Paul and I, we love a little tipple of Bailey's after dinner. We love a little aperitif. And we thought it would be really fun to take a sip of...
This is so sick.
It's so foul. We thought it would be really fun to take a sip of Bailey's every time anyone said the word Bailey in It's a Wonderful Life, which is 9 million times.
Wait, I'm going to Google it.
Which I knew. I knew that, and I still was like, we'll be fine. It's alcoholic cream. And I drank like
heavy.
3 full glasses of it, and I was so ill. Like, I was up all night with horrifying indigestion.
Oh my God. I mean, I don't know that I would make it.
Yeah, and then like halfway through, we thought it would be a good idea to start eating chips and salsa. I just beat my system up. I don't know why I did that.
Oh,
it was fun for like 20 minutes, and then we were like, why do we do this?
It's just of all the liqueurs, Bailey's is just so thick and like it's strong. Oh,
so
God.
Weird. Why do we do that? But, and if you want to see that, it is on my TikTok.
It is.
At Alexandra Wide Eyes. I did record it, so you can see the spiral from
I would suggest
fun
checking
game
it out.
into terrible decision.
It's very funny.
But real quick, I just want to say quick shout out to our Patreon listeners. We love you guys. If you're looking for a present to give, last minute present this Christmas, and you have a movie lover in your life, you can gift a Patreon subscription, or you can come over and join the party yourselves. We have episodes every Thursday where we discuss a movie topic. This week we are doing our top movies of 2024.
Yes,
Next week we're going to be doing like an awards season prep episode. And then we also do video episodes. We do ad-free episodes. We have a great little community over there. So please consider coming over and hanging out with us. And we give a special shout out to our And the Oscar Bros 2 tier listeners, which is our top tier. We want to say thank you so much to Sally, Paul, Dominic, Jessica, Lenny G, Lynn, Audrey, and John Johns. We love you guys.
You guys are wonderful. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Now, on to business. Steph, It's a Wonderful Life. First impressions. Do you remember when you first saw it?
No, I don't. I feel like I have such a terrible memory of like when I first saw things, but it was a long time ago. I think I probably first watched it in high school. It is quite dark. So
it is dark, yeah.
When I was younger, I think like maybe my parents were a little less like apt to show me. I don't know. I think they were like, it's a pretty serious topic really, and it is for kids. So I think I watched it in high school. I was always told this is my grandparents' favorite movie. Aww. My dad's parents loved this movie. And I kind of like immediately loved it by extension, if that makes sense. You know, when you find out that somebody like really loved something, then you kind of automatically are like, makes it more special. So
definitely.
I always loved it. I feel like the message of this never fails to rock my world. Like every single year I watch it, and every single year I'm like, oh yeah, okay, you know what? I have to check myself Like, I need to
That's a
remember
good
what
response.
matters.
I
Like,
think that's a really good, that's how people should respond watching this movie.
yes, like every time I'm like, okay, I need to chill out with the things I've been worrying about. Like,
Mm-hmm.
life is not about the stressors that I'm constantly, you know, worrying about. And I do
Yeah.
think it is so dark, really.
Very.
Um, and I always kind of forget that going into it. I think it's going to be this sweet thing, and it is sweet at parts, but it's pretty emotional, and it's such a ride. And every year, yeah, it really reminds me to like check my priorities. Damn it. And another like fun thing that I'm sure we've said on the podcast before, but yeah, one of Dan and I's like first dates when we were dating was to go see Alex in a radio performance of It's a Wonderful Life, and both of us were just trying to act like we weren't crying. Because we like were like early in dating, and we were like trying to be chill about
Trying to be
it.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, but we were both like, this is pretty good.
Ha ha ha! My play moved you.
It did. It was great. And Alex was fabulous in it.
Thank you.
So yeah, I've loved It's a Wonderful Life for a long time, and it's become like a really important film to me, and I've seen it a million times. But yeah, what about you? What was the first time you saw it?
I don't remember. It's been in heavy rotation since I was small. My mom, this was one of the movies that we watched every Christmas. It's this. We watch The Bishop's Wife every Christmas. We watch While You Were Sleeping every Christmas. We watch Muppet Christmas Carol every Christmas.
Yeah.
And this movie, I mean, we'll get into it when we get to fun facts, but this movie is really like the grandchild of A Christmas Carol, which to me is the greatest story ever written. Like, that's my personal opinion. It's my favorite story ever written. I think it's a perfect story. I think it is incredibly relevant. It's always relevant, but especially right now, because not to get political, but I'm going to get political because we're talking about Christmas movies, and Christmas movies are nothing if not political. And anybody who tries to say, oh, it's just a Christmas movie is like the media literacy deficiency you have to have in order to watch this movie and be like, I'm going to vote for Donald Trump or anything similar.
Well, people do that often.
And it's nuts because this movie and A Christmas Carol are intensely critical of unchecked capitalism.
Greed. Yeah.
And greed. And in fact, this movie was investigated by the FBI for un-American activity, and we will get to it.
Oh my, what a time.
Yes, but we have gotten to a point. There was just an article, I think, in the New York Times about how we have now gotten to a point that is even worse than the Gilded Age in terms of class disparity, wealth gap. Basically, with all these regulation rollbacks that are happening and the intense move right in terms of like social and labor issues, we are moving quickly past the point when things were historically at their worst in terms of labor issues.
God.
Well, I would argue that the worst was slavery, but in terms of workers' rights, we've actually we're on a high speed train to way worse than it's ever been. In this country. And movies like this, well, A Christmas Carol is a Dickensian classic because Charles Dickens was a social scientist whose whole deal was commenting on how bad Victorian society was.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
And It's a Wonderful Life is sort of it's a grandchild of that. It is.
Yeah.
It is a criticism of unchecked capitalism. It is a criticism of greed. And it's a reminder to everybody to ask themselves how they can better their own community.
Yes.
And how they can use their generosity and sacrifices in order to help others in a way that makes everybody succeed.
Yeah.
And the fact that community cannot survive if everybody is devoted to rugged individualism and profit making. It can't. It cannot survive. And we see that in this film. And so when anyone like that whole like what radicalized you trend, Christmas movies.
Yeah.
The
I love
whole
that.
reason I feel how I feel about anything is because of Christmas movies, because they make it abundantly clear.
I mean, how can you look at like the villain in this is
Donald Trump.
Yeah, but like how do you not see that?
Mr. Potter is a real estate baron.
It's
he's Donald Trump. I don't know what to tell you guys.
Is.
Like, I'm sorry, but like I don't understand how anybody watches this and is like, oh, I'm gonna vote for Mr. Potter. Like, and the war on Christmas. I could talk about this all day, but like the war on Christmas is my favorite nonsense conflict. Like,
oh my God,
I love
so
watching clips from Fox News this time of year because they're like, the Starbucks cups didn't have Jesus on them, and I'm like, why would they? Has anybody in that office asked why they would? I don't know. But they literally talk about how Christmas is their favorite thing and it's under attack for like 6 weeks straight. And then the whole rest of the year, they talk like Ebenezer Scrooge and Mr. Potter. And I have had it, actually.
And
it makes me feel insane.
You are not wrong. Let me tell you, the comparisons are uncanny. I mean, it is just wild.
And the
greedy
building
real
alone,
estate mogul? Are you joking?
The building alone is a socialist institution, not pure socialism, but it is a counteraction to capitalism.
Yeah. Wow.
Guys.
Hello?
Why doesn't that just solve the problem? Why doesn't everybody just watch a Christmas movie and then go, oh, and then the world gets better? I don't understand.
I don't know. I think they watch it and they say, but that's not me.
Yep. And they put themselves, it's the Ted Lasso effect, where some people watch Ted Lasso and they said, oh, I need to be more like Ted Lasso. I need to be kinder. I need to be more generous of spirit. I need to look for the best in people. And other people watched it and said, other people need to be more like Ted Lasso to me. Like, people should be kinder to me. And that's the lesson they took from it. And I think people do the same thing with It's a Wonderful Life.
For sure. Like, every time I watch this, I feel like I've been slapped across the face. Like, you dumb, silly Willy. Why do you care about taking that trip? Like, every time I'm like, oh, yeah, my priorities are so screwed up. I am very grateful. And, like, it's incredible that people don't feel like they're getting punched in the face by this. I don't get that.
I don't think it's not God-fearing, because neither of us are religious, but I don't think like there's a fear of being morally harmful that we both have.
Yes, totally. Like, I am very, very afraid of being a bad person.
Yes,
to someone
deeply
else.
Afraid.
And the truth is, it's very nuanced. Like, I think most people are not just good people or bad people. I think, of course, many people are trying their best and maybe make mistakes, and everyone makes mistakes. But I am just so scared of being on the wrong side of like people's happiness.
Yes, that's such a great way to put it.
Makes sense. Yeah. And this movie, I watch it and I'm like, oh my God, what if I am not seeing all the good things I have? What if I am like being Mr. Potter? Or if I'm ignoring important things, like, it really does shake me. It makes me like have, when you get nervous chills, like you get chills because you're like, oh God. Like, I get that. But it's a great thing. Like, I think it's one of the most important messages. Like, that's why I love this movie. I think it is a very important message that everyone can take something from, even if the only thing you take is, let me be more grateful for the people around me. Let me help them.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. Are you drinking wine?
Mm-hmm. Aw. This is the good thing about being from an Italian family. You walk in and you are handed
I kind of want some now.
A glass of vino. And it is
I don't need any. I'm drinking tea.
Look at you.
Look at me.
Health, wellness.
Well, let's get into the movie, because
let's do it.
There's so much to say. There's a lot to say about all of this. And the making of this movie is very, very interesting. But first, we're going to take a wee ad break. A little Christmas ad break. And we'll see you after that. Bye. And we're back.
Hello.
That's getting less awkward, don't you think?
It is. That was better. We didn't even
crushed it.
laugh that much.
No, we were sort of normal.
Oh, I did it.
Oh, you did it.
I ruined it. I've ruined it.
Okay, so do you want to hear some fun facts about
Do I ever?
Life? All right. It's a Wonderful Life was directed by Frank Capra, iconic director of the 40s, 30s, 50s. He directed It Happened One Night, Mr. Deeds Goes to Town, You Can't Take It With You, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, and many, many other things.
So good.
So good. And it was written by a whole bunch of people, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. But it was distributed by RKO Radio Pictures. Now, there's one we don't bring up very often.
Yeah.
Because it's an old-timey one.
That is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, I haven't heard that in like years.
I know. Oh, before we get into fun facts, did you have a question for the audience?
Oh my gosh, of course. If you had to have a guardian angel, because you found yourself in depths of despair, what would their name be?
What a good question. Clarence is really good.
Would it be Clarence?
I think my guardian. What?
And what would they look like? What would their vibe be? Would they be wearing a funny little hat?
No, I think it would just be Kathy Bates, the woman. I think she would walk into my house as Kathy Bates and be like, "Hey, you, we're gonna get you covered. We're gonna get you taken care of. Come on, let's go."
I think mine would be Zooey Deschanel.
Oh my God, celebrity guardian angel.
And we'd just be like, "Oh my God, oh my God,
oh my God,
let's make a craft. Let's redecorate."
I love that.
Do you have a question?
Well, my question for the audience was really like, how does anybody be mean when Christmas movies exist?
Okay,
fair. I don't understand.
Explain
yourselves, meanies. No meanies listen to our podcast.
No, we only have cool Christmas fearing people.
We only have Cratchits on our side, no Scrooges.
Facts.
We only have Baileys, no Potters. All right, so some fun facts. The origin of this film comes from a short story by Philip Van Doren Stern called The Greatest Gift. It was published in 1943 after some unsuccessful publishing attempts.
And I have a fun fact about that.
Really?
To add on to, there's a town right next door to where I am currently, which is where my parents live. And that town next door is called Califon, New Jersey. And we've been there many times for this reason. But the writer, Philip Van Doren Stern, lived in Califon part-time. And if you go there, there is a bridge that looks exactly like the bridge in the movie. There is a Christmassy town. And he based the setting on that. Like, it looks exactly like it. And if you go there, it is very strange. Like, you feel like you're there. Oh, cool. So the bridge in particular, it looks just like that. And that's what he based it on. And we drive over there every year.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Wow. I feel like that would be so complicated to see that bridge.
Yeah. We always walk across and we're like,
hey.
That's so how's everybody feeling?
Neighbor. You know what? We should issue a trigger warning that we are going to talk about suicide in this episode.
Yes.
Give everyone a heads up. If you don't know, this movie does deal very darkly with suicidal ideation.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about it.
Yep.
So Steph's neighbor and best friend, Philip Van Doren Stern, wrote a story called The Greatest Gift. And it's unclear if it came to the attention of Cary Grant directly or the producer, David Hempstead, who gave it to Cary Grant's people. But RKO bought the rights for $10,000 and they wanted to make it with Grant in the starring role.
Yeah.
And then some sort of showbiz shuffling happened. So there were a lot of writers who worked on the script, including very famous writer Dalton Trumbo, Clifford Odets, massive playwright, Mark Connolly. They all worked on their own versions. And so there were 3 screenplays that were written before RKO shelved the project because they were like, it's not going to work. And interestingly enough, in Trumbo's draft, George Bailey is an idealistic politician who grows more cynical as the story progresses and then tries to end his life after losing an election. And the Angel shows Bedford Falls as it would be if he had gone into business instead of politics. I don't think that packs the same punch.
No, it really does. I'm like trying to visualize it. I'm like, okay, that sounds
Trumbo's
okay.
a good writer, but I don't think. And speaking of people who were investigated by the House of Un-American Activities Committee.
Oh my God, that is such a fascinating. I could read about that forever. That time period is just so fascinating.
This time period of movie making, everything was interesting.
Yes.
Every personal relationship, every business relationship.
Meant a lot.
Oh my God. Yeah. There's so much tea from this era. We could do a whole other episode of like historic Hollywood drama and it would be so much fun.
Guys, if you want that, let us know.
So meanwhile, Frank Capra had been making propaganda films for the U.S. Army for World War II. And then he started his own company called Liberty Films. And then they had a distribution deal with RKO. They were going to make 9 movies. And RKO sold him the rights. They believed in this story so little that they sold it to him for $10,000, the exact amount they paid for it. And they threw in the 3 written scripts for free. They were like,
oh my God.
All right, take it.
That's crazy.
It's going to be bad. Take it.
No way.
Yep. And so this is where things get messy.
Deal of a lifetime.
Frank Capra worked with a lot of writers on this, and that includes Francis Goodrich and Albert Hackett, a married couple, Joe Swirling, Michael Wilson, Dorothy Parker, who was apparently brought in to polish the script. But things got messy. So Francis Goodrich, she called Frank Capra that horrid man and said he couldn't wait to get writing it himself. And Albert Hackett, her husband, said, we told him what we were going to do. And he said, that sounds fine. We were trying to move the story along and work it out. And then somebody told us that he and Joe Swirling were working on it together. And that sort of took the guts out of it. Joe Swirling was a very close friend of ours. And when we heard he was doing this, we felt rather bad about it. We were getting near the end and word came that Capra wanted to know how soon we'd be finished. So my wife said, we're finished right now. We quickly wrote out the last scene and we never saw him again after that. He's a very arrogant son of a bitch.
Oh my God, that's good drama.
Tea.
That's good old Hollywood drama.
So fascinating. So the final screenplay, which
is
Capra
he like
named,
well known as being like kind of a
I don't know. I mean, what he's most known for is like saccharine films. I personally don't believe that. Like he's sort of written off as making schmaltzy, sort of like feel-good movies.
Sure.
I don't think that they're saccharine because saccharine implies that there's no substance. And I believe that just because his movies are earnest and optimistic does not mean that they're saccharine.
I totally agree with you.
That's really his reputation. I would have to dig further to see if he was like a famous jerk bag.
A famous jerk bag.
Yeah. But so the final screenplay, which was It's a Wonderful Life, was eventually, there were like disputes, but it was eventually credited to Goodrich, Hackett, and Capra with additional scenes by Joe Swirling. And Capra said, quote, the Screenwriters Arbitration Committee decided that Hackett and Goodrich and I should get the credit for the writing. Joe Swirling hasn't talked to me since. That was 5 years ago. This movie like wrecked friendships.
It ruined friendships.
Yep.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yikes.
So when they said about casting, Frank Capra was set on Jimmy Stewart. He said, of all actors' roles, I believe the most difficult is the role of a good Sam who doesn't know that he is a good Sam. I knew one man could play it, James Stewart. I spoke to Lou Wasserman, the MCA agent who handled Jimmy, told him I wanted to tell Jimmy the story. Wasserman said Stewart would gladly play the part without hearing the story because they'd already worked together on You Can't Take It With You and Mr. Smith Goes to Washington.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. So he was our George Bailey right away. Mary, however, there was some searching around for. They originally wanted Jean Arthur, who had done, I think, 2 films with Jimmy Stewart and Capra.
Okay.
But she had just done Born Yesterday on Broadway, and she had been hospitalized for exhaustion, so she was not up for a picture.
Oh, God.
Ginger Rogers turned it down because she felt like the part of Mary was too bland. Olivia de Havilland was considered, and Dvorak, Martha Scott, but they ended up borrowing Donna Reed, who was an up-and-coming actress at MGM. You can't imagine anyone else doing it. She's so
good,
wholesome, sexy, intelligent.
I love her.
There's so much in her life.
Yes.
She's great.
She's so good.
And she's so beautiful.
Sweet. Oh my God. I know.
Like crazy.
Crazy.
How beautiful she is.
Yeah.
And then Mr. Potter was played by Lionel Barrymore.
He was so good.
Yes, there is a relation. One of the iconic Barrymore family. He is Drew Barrymore's granduncle. Acting family. So he was actually already well known at the time for playing Ebenezer Scrooge in radio play versions of A Christmas Carol. And
I
so
could
it
see
was
that.
sort of a walk.
Yeah.
And he had also already worked with Capra and Stewart on You Can't Take It With You.
Okay.
And then another interesting piece of casting I thought was H.B. Warner, who plays Mr. Gower.
Oh.
First cry of the
my
movie,
God.
Mr. Gower.
I could die.
I know. So, interestingly enough, he had played Jesus Christ in Cecil B. DeMille's The King of Kings in 1927.
What?
He was very handsome and blonde and and
Fab.
he was kind of typecast. So
As Jesus?
he'd worked plenty, but like people had that in their head.
Oh.
And so when
It
he had the
happens.
chance to play this like low down rummy, he was like, yes, I'll take it. And then on the 50th anniversary re-release of the movie, Bobby Anderson, who played young George, who has that scene with Mr. Gower, said the hits were real. Are you shook? I was shook.
I hate that.
I hate that.
What the hell?
Anderson told the Times, he actually bloodied my ear. My ear was beat up and my face was red and I was in tears. I didn't know what we were building for. HB was perfect. He reached the crescendo at the end. When it was all over, he was very lovable. He grabbed me and hugged me and he meant it. No.
No. Not okay. Nope. Don't forgive it.
I don't forgive it.
I don't forgive it. I hate it.
That is sort of how things were done back in the day.
Yeah, but
like
you
the
know
attitude
what?
towards method and stuff like that was very different, but it's still fucked up.
Oh,
He hit a kid.
Yeah, no. Like
he brought blood out of that child's ear. That blood is real.
Yeah, like you couldn't imagine that happening now because you would go
He'd
to
go to
jail.
Yeah.
Wild.
I only have a couple other things because then I want to get into the movie. But
oh yes, I'm excited.
I thought this was cool. It was filmed at RKO Encino Ranch on a 4-acre set. They built Bedford Falls.
Oh yeah, I did know that. It's
Massive.
beautiful. It looks
Massive.
great.
I wish they'd kept it. Can you imagine if that was somewhere you could visit?
Oh my God, I'd cry.
It's not there anymore. I looked it up because I babysit in Encino and I found out that the RKO Ranch was like 10 blocks away from where I babysit now.
No way.
Yeah. It's a housing development now. So there's no evidence that it ever existed, but how fascinating.
That's so cool.
It was filmed in the height of summer in Los Angeles and it was very hot.
With all the coats
All the winter coats.
Oh, can you imagine?
No.
Terrible.
And then here's something that I have heard. We watched It's a Wonderful Life on VHS, and at the end they had a 30-minute like featurette, which I love. And so they said this on there, and I double checked, and other articles said it too. But I feel I kind of call BS. Tell me what you think.
Okay, tell me.
In the scene where Uncle Billy gets drunk at Harry and Ruth's welcome home newlyweds party, and he staggers off camera, and it's kind of the first instance of this like very famous joke now that a lot of movies do, where there's a crash heard off screen, and he's like, "I'm all right."
Yep.
Allegedly, that didn't happen. A technician knocked over some equipment and ruined the take, and they like went with it. And Capra left in Mitchell's impromptu ad lib and rewarded the technician with $10, which was equal to like $150, thanking him for his quote sound improvement. Do you think that's true?
I mean, I don't know Frank Capra.
What are you talking about? Your best friends?
I don't know how likely he was or was not, to be like, oh, great, love that mistake on my set. But
yeah,
I don't know. I mean, I hope it's true. I hope
it's
it was
true
like
too.
a positive, cute thing.
I watched the scene again and I was like, this looks scripted. I don't know.
Yeah, it feels like at least if it was initially a mistake that they were like, oh, that was good, let's go back and do it like that again.
Yeah, or maybe they just kept the audio and then reshot it and put the audio over.
Yeah.
It premiered at the Globe Theater in New York City on December 20th, 1946 to mixed reviews. It was not a big hit.
Really?
No, Time and Variety were positive, but Bosley Crowther, great name, writing for the Times.
Wow.
He said, quote, "The weakness of this picture from this reviewer's point of view is the sentimentality of it. Its illusory concept of life. Mr. Capra's nice people are charming. His small town is a quite beguiling place, and his pattern for solving problems is most optimistic and facile, but somehow they all resemble theatrical attitudes rather than average realities. I
Disagree.
don't really agree. Yeah.
Disagree.
The film recorded a loss of $525,000 at the box office.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're kidding.
It was not a hit.
So
but
it
then,
was not like really not a hit at all.
No, it became a big hit when the rights sort of ran out and it started being aired on TV all the time in the 70s and the 90s. There were like two periods of time.
Way.
One in the 70s, one in the 90s where like all of a sudden the copyright was up or something like that. And it was showing a lot on TV. And that's when it became a big, big hit.
That is so interesting.
Yeah. And it was nominated for 5 Academy Awards. Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor, Editing, Sound Recording. But then it won a Technical Achievement Award for the development of falling snow. Because it used to be painted cornflakes, but those are way too loud. And also it's a 4-acre set. So
painted imagine some PA standing over you being like,
it must have been spray paint or something. I was trying to figure out how the hell they did it. It had to have been like spray paint in a big mixer.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But so Russell Shearman, the person in charge of special effects.
Oh, they probably ground it.
Yeah. Well, no, that would be too small.
You think?
Yeah, that would be dust.
Yeah, you're right.
So Russell Shearman, the head of special effects, mixed soap, sugar, and water in a way that could be shot out of canisters at high pressure, and then it would sort of gently fall. Isn't that amazing?
Look at that.
And it looks great.
People are so smart.
People are so smart. Russell Shearman, you rock.
Good job, Russell. That is very cool. It does look really like you have the feeling of like
it looks
cold
like snow. It's quiet in the way that snow is quiet. And that's what Capra wanted. He said, we're not having crunchy. Like,
yeah. Imagine walking on cornflakes.
Oh my God. That's what we did when we did the radio program. That's what we do for the Foley for footsteps.
Cute.
Shoes on cornflakes.
Yeah.
Now, a quick word about the FBI investigation.
Oh my gosh, please.
This is from the Smithsonian Magazine. An unnamed FBI agent who watched the film as part of a larger FBI program aimed at detecting and neutralizing commie influences in Hollywood, fathered by, yes, J. Edgar Hoover, said it was, quote, very entertaining. However, writes scholar John A. Noakes, the agent also identified what they considered a malignant undercurrent in the film. As a result of this report, the film underwent further industry probes that uncovered that, quote, those responsible for making It's a Wonderful Life had employed 2 common tricks used by communists to inject propaganda into the film.
Propaganda?
These 2 common devices, or tricks, as applied by the Los Angeles branch of the Bureau, were smearing, quote, values or institutions judged to be particularly American. In this case, the capitalist banker, Mr. Potter, is portrayed as a Scroogey misanthrope, and glorifying, quote, values or institutions judged to be particularly anti-American or pro-communist. In this case, depression and existential crisis, an issue that the FBI report characterized as a, quote, subtle attempt to magnify the problems of the so-called common man in society. Does that not make you want to explode?
That is wild.
So-called
different
common
times.
Man. Same times. People say that shit now.
You're right. You know what? Let me eat those words. You're so right.
It's crazy how much it's the same times.
It's crazy. I imagine somebody being like, he's depressed. That's un-American.
That's communist. He's depressed about capitalism. This movie has to
arrest
go to jail.
him.
In the moment of post-war paranoia, even the idea of a community bank could be read as communist. And George Bailey's deep unhappiness in a quintessentially American small-town life could be perceived as failure, which was broadly portrayed as communist as well. But the story of the movie is much subtler than that, writes Noakes. It's a Wonderful Life depicts a struggle between 2 bankers, each representing a different version of capitalism and democracy. However, the FBI's apparatus was set up to provide Hoover with the answers he wanted to hear. Either a movie was subversive or it wasn't, and in the Bureau's broad framing, this one certainly was. The organization handed over the results of the investigation to HUAC, presaging the organizational cooperation that was a hallmark of McCarthyist Hollywood witch hunts. However, in this case, HUAC chose, which is the House Un-American Activities Committee, chose not to call in the film's writers and director. The film continued to be shown unimpeded, but close call.
Damn, that's why. Like, I would never guess that this would have been one of the ones that they were investigating. But what I find interesting about that time period is that
Mhm.
I say that all the time when I hear
Mm.
ones that they were investigating or people they called in. I'm like, that doesn't sound right.
That's
You know?
how insane that
Yeah.
time that movement was.
The Crucible. The
Yeah,
Crucible.
the Crucible was written as an allegory for McCarthyism.
Yep.
It's so fascinating, and
Oh
it's
yeah.
just so chillingly familiar. I
Yeah.
mean, now we've got Donald Trump saying he's going to like prosecute influencers who speak negatively about him. He's
I mean, go ahead and
journalists
try, buddy
are
boy.
well, he can't. He has the Supreme Court. He can pretty much do whatever he wants.
He sucks.
Yep. So, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Let's check the score real quick here.
Yes.
Ooh, la, la,
Jingle
la.
bells, jingle bells,
Jingle
jingle,
bell
all the
rock.
way. Jingle, jingle.
Rocking around the Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree. Oh, Tannenbaum. I'm just free associating. All right. Now, the score. I have a few things to say about this.
Mm.
The score was written by Dmitry Tiomkin, who is a Russian and American film composer and conductor. He's from St. Petersburg before the Bolshevik Revolution. Then he moved to Berlin and then to New York City after the Russian Revolution. And then in 1929, after the stock market crash, he moved to Hollywood. And then he became incredibly well known for his Western scores, including Duel in the Sun, Red River, High Noon, The Big Sky, Gunfight at the OK Corral, Rio Bravo, and The Last Train from Gun Hill. He received 22 Academy Award nominations and won 4 Oscars, 3 for Best Original Score for High Noon, The High and Mighty, and The Old Man and the Sea.
Wow.
And 1 for Best Original Song for The Ballad of High Noon, from High Noon.
Nice.
And when he received his Oscar in 1955 for The High and Mighty, he became the first composer to publicly list and thank the great European masters, including Beethoven, Strauss, and Brahms.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and this isn't particularly about this score, but I just thought it was interesting reading about him. There was a music historian named Christopher Palmer who wrote about him. Genius lay in coming up with themes and finding vivid ways of creating sonic color appropriate to the story and visual image, not in his ability to combine the themes into a complex symphonic structure that could stand on its own. In addition, he speculates how a Russian-born pianist like Tiomkin, who was educated at a respected Russian music conservatory, could have become so successful in the American film industry with traditionally American music.
Mm-hmm.
He came from a big country too, and in America's vastness, particularly its vast all-embracingness of sky and plain, he may have seen a reflection of the steppes of his native Ukraine. So the cowboy becomes a mirror image of the Cossacks. And actually, he said that in his own autobiography. He said,
Really?
A step is a step is a step. The problems of the cowboy and the Cossack are very similar. They share a love of nature and a love of animals. Their courage and their philosophical attitudes are similar. And the steppes of Russia are much like the prairies of America. And then he also talked
really
about how,
cool.
in addition to like the situation that he was scoring, he paid attention to the voices of the actors and would incorporate like the timbre of their voices into the scores that surrounded them, which I think is so interesting. He would go to set and listen to the actors talking and let that influence like the color of his music.
That's so cool. What an interesting way to go about that. It's kind of like reverse engineering.
I just think it's really interesting that he was a classically trained Russian composer who went through some crazy shit in Russia and then came here and wrote jazz and westerns. Like,
so interesting.
That's cool.
It's so cool. And it's cool to see how things are like universal in that way. Music is so universal. And it's cool to hear stories like that where it really transitions from one place to another and it's still painting this beautiful picture. Like, oh, that's amazing.
That makes me want to cry. It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Also, one more instance of this movie ruining friendships.
Oh.
He wrote 2 pieces of music. Actually, there were several.
Ironically.
In particular.
Ruining friendships.
Yeah, I know. This nice movie about community ruined a lot of friendships. He'd written 2 pieces called Death Telegram and Gower's Deliverance for the drugstore sequence, but Capra elected to forego music in those scenes, which I actually think was a very good choice.
I agree.
But Tiomkin had already worked on many of Capra's previous films, and he felt like those changes and a few other things was disrespectful, and it led to a falling out between them. He said that he felt as though his work was being seen as a mere suggestion. And in his autobiography, which was called Please Don't Hate Me, great autobiography name, he called the incident...
Relatable.
I know. He called the incident, quote, an all-around scissors job. So this movie ruined friendships, and let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
All right. So we begin with a framing device. We begin with a title card.
Yeah, well, of course.
Can't not mention it.
Yeah.
But we get a framing device. Big fan. It's Christmas Eve, 1945, and we hear voices. We hear voices praying for a man's salvation.
Yes.
For help.
It's so serious.
Very serious. Clearly, everybody in town is very concerned about this man. And what is so smart about this is it gives you an event that we're leading up to, which I love. And it also introduces the characters that we're going to meet along the way and sets up ahead of time that these people love and care about this man, because it's really easy to fall into this sort of more cynical view of this movie. A lot of people feel this way about this movie, that like there's one nice man in this town and he sacrifices everything for the ungrateful people around him.
Yeah, no, I don't see it that way.
I don't see it that way.
No.
But the movie makes a point of showing that all of these people
care.
So yeah, it sets up that like everybody he's about to help really cares about him.
Yeah.
To the point where they're spending their Christmas Eve actively praying for help for him. And, you know, it's one thing to spare a thought, but it sounds like people are devoting
really
serious time and energy to worrying about this person.
Yeah.
Then we whoosh into space.
Oh, yeah.
I love the planet passing in front.
It's so crazy.
It's such a sort of Mormon view of the heavens, like it's
like a time capsule. Like, oh my god, people probably watch this and we're like, yeah, that feels realistic.
God's in space.
Yeah.
Like in the Church of Latter-day Saints, God lives on a planet called Kolob, and Jesus has a planet, and if you're really good, you get your own planet, and that's how this makes me feel.
What? Is that real?
Yes, that's
what you
real.
just said?
That's real. I wrote an essay on Mormonism in college.
Oh, I'm not gonna judge.
I did a little bit in my papers. But yeah, so this I love those sort of like, and now we're in space.
And now here we are in space. You didn't think we were going there?
But I thought it was a nice way to show these angels talking to each other as constellations who like light up when they speak. It's sweet.
Yeah.
And we meet a little guardian angel, second class, named Clarence Oddbody, who whooshes in, and it's sort of cartoony and cute. Clarence, and he has been assigned to save George, and that's how he's going to get his wings. So then we start seeing some flashbacks of George's life. We see him first. The first thing we see of him is him having to rescue his brother Harry.
So
who falls
scary.
Through the ice in 1919. That's a way for a kid to die real quick.
Oh yeah, and back then I feel like there was just not much you could do.
No, it makes me think of Casper.
Oh my god, yeah.
Remember in Casper, he's talking about how he died, and he's like, "Yeah, I just like stayed outside in the snow, and then I died." And I'm like, "Oh my god, people in the 1919s just like died from being in the snow."
Yeah. Oh my god. Well, that was one of those things when I was a kid that I was like, sure was going to happen at some point. I was going to fall
Little
through
Women,
ice.
This.
Yeah, it happened all the time in movies. I was like, I'm going to fall through ice. I did not.
No, not yet. That hasn't happened to me yet.
Knock on wood.
But Harry falls through, and George has to dive in and save him, and he loses his hearing in his left ear, which is important.
Yes.
Then we see him a little older, well, probably the same age, and he's working in a soda fountain at a pharmacy. Yeah. And my town had one of these, a little soda fountain pharmacy.
Really? Oh my gosh, how cute.
I know. And Mary Hatch is waiting at the bar with her friend Violet. There's a great interaction where Mary and Violet are checking out George, who would be like, George, no, I'm not being creepy when I say this, but like 12-year-old George, that is a heartbreaker kid. Like
what
if I was 12 and I saw that cute little boy, I would be like, I can't even talk to him. He's like a movie star. He looks like a movie star.
Yeah, he's so sweet. Yeah.
Yeah. And I love when Violet's like, I like him. And Mary says, you like every boy. And she goes, what's wrong with that? Me.
She's so cute.
Me as a kid. I was like, I think I like all of them, actually.
I think they're all, I'll take one.
All of them.
Yep.
But Mary really likes him. And they have a little chit chat while she's She says she doesn't like coconuts, and he says, "Say brainless. Don't you know where coconuts come from?" I love the way they talk to each other in the old times.
Like
People were
old-timey
less sensitive
kiddo.
back then, I think, because remember when we were watching Rear Window and he told her to shut up a bunch?
Oh yeah, and we were like, "Oh
We
my
were like, that's
god."
so mean.
Yeah.
And it was like treated as very normal.
Yep.
So maybe they just called each other brainless and it wasn't rude.
I also think it's like one of those silly, like over the top movie thing.
Yeah.
Like we watched Just Friends last night with my roommate.
Oh, that movie's mean.
It's horrible.
That movie is mean. That's where my like reticence around Ryan Reynolds began.
I was like, Jesus.
Yeah.
This is just people were we that horrible? Like I don't
In the 2000s,
remember.
yes,
but we were. Yeah.
But in this he says, "Say brainless," which is not as mean as Just Friends.
Yeah.
And then, when he's bending over, she leans over to his deaf ear and she says, "Is this the ear you can't hear out of? George Bailey, I love you till the day I die." And by this point,
so
I was already
cute.
so drunk in my drinking game. By this point, it was rough.
You'd already said Bailey like 7 times at that point.
Yeah. So then we get a peek of Mr. Gower, the pharmacist. He's not looking good, man. He's crying. He's not well.
He's upset.
Yep. And he says, "Come back here, George. You got to run a delivery." And George sees a telegram sitting there, which is just so horrifically sad that Gower's son has died.
Yeah.
And he's clearly drunk. He's clearly having a meltdown. He's not in his right mind.
He's not thinking.
Grief.
Yeah.
And George puts together that he has accidentally put something poisonous in the capsules that are being sent to a kid with diphtheria.
Yeah.
So, but when he tries to argue with Mr. Gower yells at him. So he leaves. He doesn't know what to do. He goes down to the building and loan to ask his dad. And, the building and loan is a great place that is being run by Mr. Potter on the board, who is just the meanest son of a bitch.
Horrendous.
Oh, I
all
hate
around.
this guy.
Just the worst.
Yep. And I can usually find a way to empathize with some people. And this movie does a good job of explaining that, like, he's just warped. He's warped because he's jealous that other people can be happy and he can't.
Yeah.
But I don't care. He's so fucking mean.
Yeah. He deserves to rot.
Yeah. And we also meet George's Uncle Billy, who is an ADHD queen, just like me, and has a bunch of pets that are just sort of wild animals. And I love that for him.
Yep. It's very odd, and why not?
Yep. He has a raven.
Sure.
He's got a squirrel.
Oh.
When the squirrel's trying to comfort Uncle Billy, I cried. But anyway, at this point, Uncle Billy's like, listen, kid, now's not a good time.
Yeah.
But George goes into the meeting where Mr. Potter is sort of talking down to his dad. And he sticks up for his dad in a misguided 12-year-old sort of way. And his dad is very kind. And he's like, listen, son, I get it.
It's all right.
It's all right. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah.
So now George has no help for what to do with these capsules. So he has to go back and deal with Mr. Gower himself. So he goes back. And Mr. Gower is like, you didn't deliver those pills? And he's like, no. And he's so scared. And now that I know that this poor kid was actually being slapped around, I like hate this. But
I know, because he really is like almost too good of an actor there. You're like, oh.
He's scared. He's very scared. I mean, can you imagine being 12 and being in this position?
No.
Yeah.
No,
so
I
he's
don't
like
know.
trying to explain to Mr. Gower why he didn't deliver. And Mr. Gower is flipping out because he's like, that kid is going to die because you didn't deliver this stuff because his own child is dead, which is just fucking horrifying.
Yeah.
And he starts smacking him. His ear starts bleeding. And he says, don't hurt my sore ear again. Oh. And I weep. It for multiple reasons at this point.
Really hard to watch.
I'm so sad for everybody in the scene. And what really moves me, and this is sort of an only in pretend kind of moment, I think I am going to give it my only in pretend. I have another one later, but because this is a story, we're able to look at it a little detached. And I just think that story-wise, this is the worst day of this man's life.
Yes.
This is the worst thing that has ever happened. I'm going to cry talking about it. This is the worst day of Mr. Gower's life. And the fact that George, he shouldn't have to be, he's a child, but the fact that George is able to show him grace.
I know.
On the worst day of his life.
Yeah.
Is very moving to me. because that's what he ends up needing later. He ends up lashing out at the people around him, and it's the worst day of his life.
Mm-hmm.
And people show up for him. Good cry. Like, I just think that there's
everybody started ticker.
Yeah. I think there's something incredibly moving about like the fact that George has grace for him.
Yes.
And of course he's instantly, once he realizes what he's done, he's horrified and he's so apologetic. And that's when George is like, don't hurt my sore ear again. And I'm like, yeah.
I know.
Oh my God.
It's such a well-written scene because everyone needs something desperately.
Yep.
And the
stakes are
so
literally life and death.
And they are trying their best in that moment. But like for that kid, he's probably never seen an adult man break down like that or be so distraught. He doesn't know what to do. And to look at a kid and like realize that you're lashing out because your son is gone. I mean, it's just so layered. Like
it's so layered.
It's very, very,
very moving and upsetting.
Very sad.
Yes. And George says, I know you feel bad, which is like just so.
And he's the sweetest. The way that kid says those lines, I'm like, oh my God, ruin my life.
Seriously. But he saves Mr. Gower's life is what he does in that moment. And Mr. Gower knows it. And he instantly sort of snaps out of it and is like, I can't be what I was being just now.
Yeah.
So he's already done several good deeds. And then flash forward, he's Jimmy Stewart all of a sudden. It's 1928. And I love the introduction to him with the freeze frame. No, I want a big one. He's talking about, he wants a suitcase.
A big one.
Real magic carpet stuff, right? And they give him a big suitcase because he's got this big world tour he wants to do. All this guy wants to do is travel the world. That's all he wants. He is going to go to college, but first he's going on like a big, like 6-month tour of the world. And, but he, goes to a dance. He goes home, they're having dinner. It's Harry's senior night, his younger brother. Harry's cute.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Slutty trumpets for Harry, who is definitely an adult man, by the way, playing him.
Yeah.
100%.
Fully
that man
adult.
is 28 years old, I'm certain.
I mean, Jimmy Stewart at that point looks
like 45.
Yeah, he looks 45.
Yeah. I need to give another only pretend moment here.
Oh. For what?
Because Annie the maid, like, it's played for fun and laughs.
Yeah.
And like she's in on the joke here, but Harry starts hitting on her and she's like, you stay away from me. He follows her into the kitchen and says, Annie, I'm in love with you. There's a moon out tonight. And smacks her in the ass.
That I was like, oh.
She is their black maid, first of all. Lot to unpack there. And second of all, he sexually harasses her. But it's played like she's fine. It's played like it's all
like they're
fun.
Family and love each other and like whatever. But I know that is a jump scare.
Yeah. And there's a great moment where George is talking to his dad and about how George sort of accidentally lets slip his inner fears, which are a little hurtful to say out loud, which is like, I just don't want to end up like you, basically.
Oh my God,
I don't want to spend my life in a shabby little office. I want to do big things with my life. And his dad says something really important, which is, I do big things in my shabby little office. I make a community where people can live and raise their families in a safe way. And that is, it doesn't get more important than that.
Yeah.
And he says, you know something, Pops? I think you're a swell guy. I think you're a stand-up guy.
It's very sweet.
And then they have a little masculine I love you moment. And Annie is like, I was just waiting for you guys to say it. Love that for you.
She's so cute.
So George goes to Harry's senior night, which is it was shot at a real gymnasium with a pool on the floor in LA.
Yeah.
It's still there. And what I love about this is we get to see costume, like retroactive costuming. I love seeing the 20s done by 1945.
Yes, fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Because nobody has drop waists.
No, it's a little
They're
off.
all in 1940s clothes that just happen to have like more ruffles and shorter hair.
Yeah.
It's great. I love it. And at the dance, George sees Mary, his childhood friend.
And she is so gorgeous. It's crazy.
I get like full body chills when I see her.
It's
Because
actually insane.
and she's looking at him like there you are. I really believe that like the movie is saying that they're soulmates essentially.
Yeah.
And we'll get to the part where she is a librarian later, but I have lots to say about it.
I have a lot to say about that.
But he sees her and he just sort of wordlessly crosses the room and they just start dancing and she's dancing with somebody else. And he's like, hey, wait a minute. It's like, nah, sorry, dude.
Yeah, sorry, she's
now.
mine.
They enter a Charleston contest. They're bad at it. But they think they're good at it because everyone's cheering.
And they're having such a good time.
They're having a blast because what's happening is that the guy who was jilted, who is Alfalfa.
No way.
Oh, hey, it's that guy.
I didn't know that.
And the weird thing is, this is the second time that guy has been our oh, hey, it's that guy in a Christmas movie. He was Benny Haynes, the dog-faced boy in White Christmas.
No way.
This man keeps showing up in Christmas movies. Alfalfa.
What are you doing here?
What's going on? So he's mad, so he decides to open the pool. And
oh my God, it's so funny.
They keep dancing closer and closer to the edge, and everyone's watching them, and they're like, we're nailing it. We're doing
it. We're amazing.
So good. And then they end up
me when I'm
in.
dancing.
They fall in the me too. They fall in the pool, and there's a great. I love the little moment where he starts dancing with her in the pool, and she's really laughing. You know what I mean? Like, that just looks like two actors having a great time.
I feel like they really did just jump in and were like, "This is crazy," and they're like laughing. Yeah.
And it's also really fun to see people from the past with like wet hair.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like,
because it's always so slicked back.
Yeah. So then you can see like what they would look like as people now.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Totally.
Yeah. So he's walking her home. They've changed. She's in a robe. He borrowed like a football uniform. They're singing Buffalo Gals. They're harmonizing. They're talking about their dreams. And George is such a romantic. Like, he's so poetic and earthy, and like they're so meant to be.
He's mushy.
He's mushy, and they stop at the old Granville house, and it's tradition to throw a rock and break a window and make a wish. And she says, "Oh no, George, don't. I love that old house." Now, I played this part twice in a play, and I can't not do her line readings ever.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I did not play the part. I literally just repeated everything exactly the way Donna Reed said it.
Because it's perfect.
It's full of romance, that old place. I'd like to live in it.
I'd like to live in it.
So then he's describing all of his like dreams. This part is fascinatingly complex because I don't think it's good or bad.
Yeah.
He's talking about all his dreams. Meanwhile, she bends down, picks up a rock, makes a wish, and throws it. And she's clearly wishing against his dreams.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
she's true.
Wishing to marry him and settle down in that house.
I didn't think of it that way. Yeah. But it's true.
Yeah. But those are her dreams.
Well, in my head, she made a wish like just for her. But I guess the implication is that
when they get married and they're in the house, she says, "Remember when I threw a rock through this window? This is what I wished for."
That's true.
But I am firmly of the belief that like George and Mary, their kids are going to get older and they're going to go travel the world plenty.
Yes.
They're going to see the world. It's all going to be fine. But he's like, "I'm going to build things." He's just big, out. And she's like, "Nah." And by the way, that was really her. They got her like a stunt thrower, and she was like, "No." And then she broke the window for real.
Oh my gosh, funny.
And that's when we also get the, "What do you want, Mary? You want the moon?
You want the moon?"
I think this is so swoony.
It is. It's funny because now that's something that like anytime I'm joking around with like a transatlantic accent, that's what I say.
Just say the word and I'll throw a lasso.
Just say the word. I'll
pull it down.
a lasso around it.
I'll take it. And then what? Well, then you could swallow it, see? And it won't dissolve.
But it is sweet.
And moonbeams would shoot out of your fingers and toes and the ends of your hair. Oh my God.
Yeah. Like, that's just good writing.
He is Shelley. He is so romantic.
That is good writing.
Good writing. And then the man on the porch is like, "Can you just kiss her?" Stop. Please stop talking about swallowing the moon. Just kiss her.
Guys. Why don't you do what you came here to do?
Instead of talking her to death. And so he's, she flees because she's a little embarrassed. He steps on her robe. She's naked in a bush.
Silly.
And she says it's a hydrangea bush. No, it's not.
Is it not?
Nope. I don't know what it is, but it's not hydrangea.
It's not hydrangeas.
And she is naked in that bush.
She is
and
naked.
Again, we have another little only in pretend moment where he's like, gotta hand her back her robe. And then he's like, well, this is a very interesting situation.
I know. It's like, in real life, that would be horrendous. But it's cute there.
I think it would kind of depend on how well you knew the person.
Yeah, true.
For the record, don't anybody go out and do this. I'm not advocating for it. But like if Paul did it, I think it was funny. But that's because we've been dating for 6 years.
That's so different. They're not dating.
No. And he's like, maybe I won't give it back. Obviously, he's going to give it back.
Yeah.
But just when they start getting into sexy, sexy banter, honk, honk, tragedy strikes.
Yeah.
His father has had a stroke.
Mm-hmm.
Horrible. So he puts the robe on the bush and he's like, Mary, I gotta go. Gets in the car, leaves her naked in a bush.
Yeah. I mean,
gotta go.
Listen, you gotta.
Yeah. His father dies and he's wearing, then the next scene, he's wearing the black armband. He's given up a lot of his trip and now he's going to go to college. He's given up his whole trip to sort things out. He's going to go to college and he can't because the board and Mr. Potter makes it clear that the building and loan will not survive if Peter Bailey isn't there to defend it from Mr. Potter.
Yeah.
Potter's going to put him out of business.
Mm-hmm.
The only way that the board will side not with Potter is if George stays and takes over his father's role.
Impossible position. And again, like the lessons in this movie just keep coming because we are all going to be put in these kind of impossible positions.
Yeah.
And all you can do is like what you think is best.
Paul always says, the right thing is never the wrong thing.
Yeah.
All you can do is your best.
Yeah.
And you're right. That is life. We are all put in positions where we have to make a choice. And frankly, it's a no-win situation.
Yeah. And that is a no-win. Like he doesn't want to stay. He wants to go to college and go experience life and he can't. Like the right thing is to stay and help.
The right thing is to stay and help. And there's that great shot where he walks straight to camera and he says, and Billy says, but they'll side with Potter otherwise. And, you know, we get that very Vertigo sort of close up of him where he almost looks right into the camera.
Yeah.
Where we're just like,
he's like a realization. Yeah.
He can't go.
Yeah.
So he stays. And he's like coping okay, but like things are starting to crack in his, he's starting to build up some resentment. The next scene is he's picking up his brother, Harry, from college. So Harry's gone to do his 4 years and George has stayed behind. And now it's going to be George's turn to go. Harry fucks it up.
He does.
Harry fucks it up. I kind of can't blame. So Harry makes the choice that George kind of couldn't make, which is for himself.
Yeah.
I sort of don't blame him
for this.
Yeah, it's complicated. It's life. It's just complicated life. That's what it is. So he picks up Harry, and Harry's got a girl, Ruth Dakin Bailey, if you don't mind. By this point, Paul and I are shit-faced, and I don't feel well. If you're keeping track at home about the Bailey's drinking game. And Ruth Dakin Bailey, again, so beautiful.
Yes, so beautiful.
I have like a whole crush on this girl. She's got those smile lines. Oh my God.
Gorge.
In love. And her dad wants to hire Harry into his company because he's a genius at research. And it's like Harry's chance to have a life. And George is like,
you have to do it.
So they go home. They have a party. George is not doing good. He is not at his best.
Nope.
He's feeling pretty shit because he knows he's going to have to stay again.
Yeah.
He can't go to college again. Meanwhile, his mom is like, hey, Mary's back. You should go talk to her. She'll help you find the answers, George. And he's like, fine.
I'm upset.
So he goes, and there's a great line where he's like dragging a stick along her fence. And she goes, what are you doing out there, picketing?
That's funny.
And she's got like her best dress on.
Yeah.
She's embroidered him lassoing the moon. This is her like.
She's like, I love you.
This is the marriage proposal moment in her head.
Yeah.
And he comes in a sulky,
miserable,
bitchy mood.
And you know what? Relatable. I've been there.
Relatable. Both extremely relatable.
Mm-hmm.
I get both of their attitudes here.
Yeah.
So he goes in and he's surly and he's short and weird with her. And she's trying really hard to be optimistic. She puts on Buffalo Gals and he's not picking it up.
He's not getting that she wants marriage, baby.
She wants to marry him. Oh, no, he's getting it. And that's why he's mad because he is in love with her.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to not be with her.
Yeah.
But he also wants to leave.
Yeah.
And he knows if he marries her and
so
stays,
impossible.
It's a trap. It's a trap. Yeah. He's trapped. So he's at war with himself, and they start fighting and they start bickering. And I love when the mom is like, who is that? And she says, it's George Bailey. And she says, what does he want? I don't know. What do you want? He's making violent love to me, mother.
Oh my God. That is so funny.
So good.
I love that part.
And then Sam Wainwright calls. Sam Wainwright is their annoying friend who nobody likes, but everybody puts up with because he's rich.
Sucks.
Everyone finds him insufferable. They're so mean to Sam Wainwright. And he's very nice and wealthy.
I know.
He's annoying.
Yeah. He's someone that flaunts it.
Yeah, and he's annoying. Like, clearly there was one inside joke in high school where they go, hee haw, and he like can't stop saying it.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, high school was 4 years ago.
Like, all right, let's get over it. Yeah.
8 years ago at this point. Yeah. Let's get over it. So Mary's mom wants her to marry Sam. Sam wants her to marry Sam.
Because he's rich.
Rich. They get on the phone and she's like, oh yeah, George Bailey's here. Old mossback George. She's so pissed at him. Good. She should be. He's being mean.
Fair.
So he's like, oh, get him on the phone. So then there's this like hot scene. I think this is so hot. Is it just me?
No, it is. It is.
They're listening together on the phone.
The
tension. And Jimmy Stewart was really nervous to do this scene because he hadn't done a love scene. He was in World War II. He was off fighting. So he hadn't done a love scene in like a long time. And he was like, I'm going to be rusty. Can we just put off the kiss? Can we put off the kiss? And Frank Capra was like, not only can we not put off the kiss, you guys are going to share the phone and it's all going to be one take.
Right here. Yeah.
Yep. And so what we get is the hottest, like, breathing. Like, they're just.
It's like they have to kiss. That's how you're like, you must.
They're just, their faces are so close and they are so turned on. Like, they keep, like, looking at each other and, like, their noses are, like, almost grazing. And then they're like, yeah, right, we're listening to you talk about, like, soybeans or whatever, Sam. Who gives a shit, Sam? Give us your money or stop talking.
Yep.
So then, you know, Sam's trying to get him in on a deal. Who cares? He says, Mary, tell him this is a deal of a lifetime, chance of a lifetime. So Mary turns and looks up at him, tears in her eyes, and he says it's the chance of a lifetime. And then he grabs her by the shoulders. This is so hot. Sorry. Sue me. This is so hot.
So sue me.
He grabs her by the shoulders, shakes her. Maybe don't shake. And is like, no, you listen to me. I'm not marrying you. I want to go out and see the world. I'm not going to marry you. Now, what I love about this is that the phone drops. And I like the idea that Sam Wainwright is definitely still maybe
listening. Yeah.
And he's like, I want to do what I want to do. And she starts crying because she's just looking up at him like, I know you do, but you have to marry me because we're soulmates.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, Mary. And he cracks and they kiss and he just kisses her face. And he's like, Mary. And she's like, George. And it's so hot.
It is. I was like,
hot.
This is 1940s hot.
Porn. I'm going to give it 11 out of 10 slutty trumpets.
Oh my God. Slutty trumpet. It is like the whole time you're like, are they gonna? Oh my God, are they going? I think they're going to.
And it's hot. It's good. Yeah. It's a good kiss. I love when their noses are like nosing
that
together.
Is such a, why don't people nose anymore?
I don't know. I'm going to tell Paul he needs to like nose
like
my nose
nuzzle.
more. Yeah. More nuzzling.
More nuzzling, please.
Oh, it's so hot.
Yeah.
So, okay, they get married. Next, they're getting married. The mothers are together. I guess her mom got over it. And she's in her little going away suit. They're going to go on this big trip. But there's a run on the bank because it's the 30s now. Mm-hmm. And the depression is happening.
# depression.
Yep. In 1929, the stock market crashed and the depression lasted almost 10 years.
Yep.
So there's a run on the Bailey building and loan. Oh, this is so stressful.
Oh my God. I don't like
this
part.
He goes in, the building is closed, locked up. Uncle Billy's flipping out on the inside. And I feel so bad for him when he's like, I got scared and I locked the door.
I know. It's like, I don't know what to do. Yeah.
Someone in our TikTok comments was like shitting on Uncle Billy, calling him like an alcoholic loser and an idiot. And I was like, what we're not going to do is be mean about Uncle Billy because that man was trying his absolute best.
Yeah, what?
He's a vulnerable member of society that needs to be taken care of.
Yeah, he is trying his best and maybe he is making some mistakes, but he's a good person.
He's a good person.
Yeah.
So anyway, everybody is flipping out because the bank's called in their loan. Mr. Potter owns the bank. So he lets everyone in and he's sort of trying to manage everyone, but everyone's in a panic. Everyone's panicking. They want their money now. And he's like, that's not how this works because it's a socialist institution and it takes care of the community. It's not about individual needs. It's about the group as a whole. He says, your money isn't here in a vault. It's in his house, in her house. And like, that's how this works. And that's what you agreed. And in 60 days, you can have your money back. That's a good system, in my opinion.
I mean, it's so cool the way that everybody kind of immediately is like, you know what? Maybe I can help my neighbor more than I thought I could.
George talks them into it.
Yeah, he does. And it's truly something that you just don't see often. So
no,
it's
and
lovely.
I cry again.
And she cries again.
The way that he talks them into it is by an act of kindness himself, by exhibiting generosity himself. Actually, it's Mary. She holds up their whole all the cash they were going to blow on their honeymoon. She says, what do you need?
Couple.
They're a power couple. They are soulmates. And so they lend out their own money. And I love the way that he's like, no, don't worry. Don't write it down. You'll get me back. It's fine. Like he leads by showing trust in his community and by showing generosity to his community. And it inspires that in everybody else because they have to, because Potter's buying them at 50%. So they like
greedy,
profiteer, crisis profiteer, piece of shit that he caused. So everybody kind of gets in the spirit. And that one woman is like, could I have $17.50? He's fast to kiss her on the cheek. He's like, thank you. You get it. So it all works out. They stay alive through midnight. It's all okay. At this point, they're not making their train. They're not going on their honeymoon. Mm-mm. But Mrs. Bailey calls. And there's a great moment where he's like, get me my wife on the phone. And they're like, Mrs. Bailey's on the phone. And he says, I don't want Mrs. Bailey. I want my wife. Oh, Mrs. Bailey. Because they just got married.
It's so
and
cute.
They say, come home. So he gets picked up by Bert and Ernie.
I can't get over that.
That's who Jim Henson named Bert and Ernie after. The cop
is it actually?
The taxi driver who, in my headcanon, are in love.
Oh, I love that.
Yep. That's my headcanon.
Beautiful.
So they pick him up and they take him to, it's pouring rain, and they take him to 320 Sycamore, the old house. And it's still a shabby old house, but they're like setting up, like, they're like, these are all the places George wanted to go. Like, they care. The community cares about him back.
It's sweet.
And inside, Mary has set up this like beautiful honeymoon scene. It's so, she's got a chicken roasting on the spit that's being turned by the turntable. Well, I did weep while watching. And Bert and Ernie sing outside. And she says, welcome home, Mr. Bailey. And so they're married. They're living in the old house. Mm-hmm. And once again, George has had to make a big sacrifice. He still doesn't get to go on his trip. And then he's really tempted. Fate really tempts him. Mr. Potter calls him into his office and is like, listen, you're a smart man. You're a good guy. I'm obsessed with how low his chair is in that scene. Mr. Potter is
great directing.
An insecure, toxic masculinity loser.
Yeah.
That he makes the people sitting opposite him. Jimmy Stewart is like 6'5".
He's so tall.
And he makes him sit in this tiny little kid's chair. Mm-hmm. And so that he'll be lower than him. And he basically offers him a deal with the devil. And he's like, you can go on trips for business. You'll have a nice house. Blah, blah, blah. And he's like, okay, I'm going to think about it. And then he's like, no, he snaps out of it.
Yeah.
He's like, no, of course I'm not going to do it because you're a scurvy little spider. I like that. And
I should start using that on people. You scurvy little spider.
Elon Musk is a scurvy little spider.
And that's a fact.
Yeah. And he weaves his tangled little web and So he doesn't fall for it. He goes home. He's frustrated. But Mary is like, hi, Mr. Bailey. Hey. Cute way of telling you this. He's like, hey, you could have married anyone in town. And she says, I didn't want to marry anyone in town. I want my baby to look like you. He's like, what?
So cute.
She says, my baby. She's so excited. And he goes, Mary, you on the nest?
Why don't people say that anymore?
I'm going to say
crazy.
it when it happens to me. I will be saying I am on the nest. George Bailey Lasso's stork. So we got kids, popping out kids. Then we get to present day, basically. Yes. This is the day that is going to potentially ruin George's life and drive him to the point of wanting to end it.
Yes.
And it starts with
it's horrible.
Yeah. It's very, very upsetting. Uncle Billy, who should not be in charge of this, but is what it is. Takes, what is it, $8,000 or something like $12,000? He takes a huge chunk of money to the bank to deposit it. And there he runs into Mr. Potter. And they have a terse
heartbreaking.
And
I don't know what I would do.
Pretty much exactly what Uncle Billy does.
Yeah.
Which is just lose it.
Yeah.
He runs into Mr. Potter. And somehow the money ends up in the newspaper. Mr. Potter gets the newspaper. And
I'm like screaming at the TV at this point.
He sees it and he steals the money. This is not, I mean, it is Billy's fuck up, but it's not as though it wasn't sabotage. It was sabotage. He steals the money.
Yeah.
So Billy goes to make the deposit and he gets there and they're like, you don't have the money. And he realizes he's made a huge mistake. He can't find the money. Oh, my stomach drops.
I know. It is horrifying. And I mean, again, like all of us in our lives have made some mistake where all of a sudden you have this realization and you're like, and you feel sick and you feel horrible and like your life is ending in that moment. And another thing that I just love this movie for is to remind people that you do get through it.
Yes.
You get through it. Always.
You can get through the worst day of your life.
Yes.
Yep. I know. So George shows up at the building alone and Billy is beside himself. I mean, he's just beside himself.
I would be. Well,
and he's like weeping and apologizing and he doesn't know how this happened. And like, I have so been there. Like as somebody with ADHD, this shit happens to me where I'm like, I have no memory of how this happened, but I know I did it. Like, and George is very upset and he shakes him and he yells at him. And he's like, don't you understand? I'm going to go to prison because I'm obviously not going to let you take the fall for it. Well, he does say, he's like, it's not going to be me. Of course it's going to be him. And that's why he's so upset.
Yeah.
So they look everywhere. They can't find it. He goes home and he's spiraling because he's terrified because he's realizing that he's going to lose his family.
His life.
And his life. And he's spent his whole life sacrifice. Everything is just built up.
Yeah.
So he gets home and he's terse. His kids are annoying him because it's Christmas and they're happy to see him. And he's like, whatever. You're so mean to his kids.
I know. And they're the cutest children I've ever seen.
The cutest children. Sorry, Daddy. And Mary's like, oh, George, hi. Blah, blah. And he's like, whatever. Our house is bad. I hate you. And
essentially.
And she's cross with him at first, but then she looks over and she sees him clutching his son to him and
crying,
shaking and weeping because he's like, I'm gonna lose my kids.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh God, something is seriously
something's horrible. Yeah, something horrible's happening.
So then he loses it. He shouts at everybody. He breaks up his he's got like model buildings that he's built, his dreams. He breaks up his dreams.
Yep.
And he basically just takes it out on the kids. He goes upstairs. His little girl Zuzu's sick in bed. This is so how you deal with toddlers. She's like, I took a flower home. And he's like, he picks it up and he breaks the petals off. And she's like, fix it. And he goes, okay. And turns away from her, puts the petals in his pocket, turns back and goes, all fixed. That is exactly how dealing with a 3-year-old is just lying.
Yeah.
Over and over again.
Like, oh, everything's fine. Yeah.
But so he's pissed. The teacher calls to check on her. And he gets on the phone and he screams at this woman and berates this woman for letting his kid walk home without a coat.
Yeah.
And then her husband gets on the phone and is like,
oh my God, they're going to brawl. Yeah.
Which he should. He should defend his wife.
Fair.
But things are not good. So George storms out. He goes to the bar. He's drinking and he prays. And it really sucks that his prayer is sort of immediately met with a sort of bad thing.
Yep.
But he's praying like, please, George, please, God, help me figure out what to do. And Nick is worried about him. Martini is worried about him. I forgot to mention that he's been like,
they're sweet,
helping this great family, great Italian family who have like 8 million children and a goat because Italian stereotypes.
Yep.
But because of George, Martini has a thriving business and a home.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that line where he's like, is it too much to ask that they do their living and dying in a house with a stove and a bath? Like,
yeah.
Ugh. Anyway, so everyone's very worried about him. But the husband hears him and is like, "You're George Bailey. I'm going to kick your ass."
You yelled at my wife on the phone.
Clocks him.
Yep.
Beats him up.
Yep.
He stumbles out. Everyone's very worried.
He's drunk.
He's drunk. Drives his car into a tree.
Yeah.
Guy comes out, yells at him for driving his car into a tree. And then he stumbles off. He calls the police. He does call the police.
Yeah.
Stumbles to a bridge. And it's snowing very heavily. And he looks out into the water. And he realizes that when he had gone to Potter to ask for help, Potter who stole the money, and Mr. Potter had said, "You're worth more dead than alive because of your life insurance policy." And it's like that is sticking in his head.
Yep.
And so he looks down and he's like, maybe this is my way out of maybe I could save my family. Maybe this is the only way out.
Yeah.
Is to kill myself.
Yeah.
Luckily, Clarence shows up. A little man appears out of nowhere in the sky and falls into the water. And George, being George, has to jump in and save him.
Yeah.
And this seems like as good of a time as any to call for halftime.
Boop, boop. I love sports. It's a sports season. It's a sports season. Jingle bells and sports.
Wow. That was something.
You're welcome.
Woo. All right, let's spin the wheel of fun. Questions.
Okay.
We've done this one before, but let's revisit it. How many shots would it take for you to make out with each character?
Oh my God.
All right. Let's go one by one. George Bailey.
Stone sober, baby.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
No?
I think one.
Oh.
I think I just need to be a little...
He's so lovely.
In the spirit. Yeah. I'm not very attracted to Jimmy Stewart.
What?
Wait, actually, no, that's not true. If he was going to like talk to someone on the phone at the same time as me and was like putting his nose against mine, then 0. No shots.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would work on me. Mary Bailey. None.
Oh, 0.
Stone cold sober.
Yep. Could be a Tuesday afternoon.
Yep. Clarence Oddbody, the guardian angel.
Well, he just doesn't give me that energy.
He's not a very sexual being.
No, I don't think he'd be into it, so that makes me not want to.
No, but let's say he did want to.
I don't know, 8? I'm just kidding.
I'd say 4.
Okay, that's acceptable. Yeah.
How about Mr. Potter?
Oh my God,
I would have
dead.
to be dead.
Dead.
Yeah, you literally couldn't pay me to touch that man.
There's no. It's a hard pass. It's a no amount of alcohol situation.
None.
Yeah.
Harry Bailey, -1. I'd assume I'd buy him a shot. I think Harry Bailey is fine.
No, he is, but I don't. I. There's something about his like everything goes well for me that I'm like
that is annoying. That's annoying.
Yeah. So
yeah,
2.
I'm much more attracted to the Georges of the world than the Harrys of the world.
Me too.
However, Ruth Dakin Bailey, if you don't mind. Good
oh my gosh.
Lord.
Gorgeous.
Please kiss me. Ma'am? I don't know.
No shots needed, just
it's
Alex
so
begging on her knees.
Please, I'll be very good.
Please, plant a kiss on my forehead.
Is there anyone else? Uncle Billy?
Uncle Billy.
3.
That's it.
I think we're kindred spirits. Plus, then he could introduce me to, my boyfriend had like a pet bird and a pet squirrel and stuff. So there's some crossover there.
Okay. Yeah. I was going to say like 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Yeah. What about the rich guy?
Sam Wainwright. HEE HAW. 3, 4.
Yeah. 4 to 5.
I'd probably do it. He seems perfectly nice, and I feel bad for him because everybody doesn't like him.
He'd probably like get you a coffee in the morning.
Yeah, he'd probably buy me a trip to Paris.
Yeah. So
That's
yeah.
good. Yeah, and he's nice. He's very nice. He's generous and nice. Yeah. All right. Well, what about you guys? How many shots would you have to take to make out with all these characters? Please tell us in the comments. And that was halftime. All right. Back to this movie. Now, It has stopped snowing. They're back in the little gatehouse of the bridge, and they're kind of recovering. And the guy who's guarding the bridge is paying very close attention to this weird conversation between this clearly depressed man who's just been beaten up and is drunk, and this strange little old man wearing a Victorian like bedclothes and carrying a copy of Tom Sawyer.
Yep.
And keeps talking about being an angel.
Yep.
And it all feels very homophobic to me. Like there's something very sort of like played for gay laughs to me. Like about
a little bit.
Like my wings and I'm a fairy.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
He has a sort of lightness to him that I think
was purposeful.
A little queer coded.
Yeah. I think so too.
So they're chit-chatting and he's like, hey, because he's George Bailey, he's like, yeah, I'm worried about you. Do you have anywhere to sleep? What's going on with you? Like he cares about other people's well-being. And he's like, well, funny you should mention that. I'm actually here to talk about you. I'm here to help you. What do you need? Let's get you figured out, buddy. And they go back and forth, and the idea comes to Clarence to show George what it would be like if he had never been born.
Yeah. Never born. A classic Christmas Carol type thing.
Yes. Do you ever think about what life would be like if you had never been born? Oh, I'd be so sad. I mean, I wouldn't know, but I'd have a podcast-shaped hole in my life.
Same to you. No, I honestly don't. Also, I feel like some of that has to do with I'm a twin, so if I wasn't alive, my sister would also not be alive.
That's true. Unless she just ate you in utero.
Unless she ate me.
And was 7 feet tall.
Oh. I don't like to think about that.
No, I'm glad that you were born.
Thanks, you too.
I'm glad I was born too.
Yep.
But if I wasn't, I wouldn't know any different. So
facts.
I'd be fine.
Facts.
Sorry. Now it stops snowing because now we're in the alternate reality.
Yes.
And this is very Back to the Future too, which you haven't seen, but we'll get there.
I haven't.
But you guys, real ones know, this is Biff's town. This is when Biff is in charge of town. Pottersville, same deal. So they go exploring Pottersville, and things are a little different. It's all like hoochie dancer clubs and gambling bars, and it's seedy and bad. But it also looks like very fun.
Basically Vegas.
Yeah, it's basically Vegas. If George Bailey wasn't born, Bedford Falls would be Vegas.
Yeah.
We run into Violet, who I haven't mentioned at all, by the way. Violet Bick.
Oh, yeah,
is played by the beautiful Gloria Graham, a.k.a. the love of my father's life. He's in love with Gloria Graham.
Oh, my God, funny.
Great actress. She was in the Song of the Thin Man, one of my favorite Thin Man movies. But Violet Bick is a fascinating character because she is the sort of morally loose gal who I think is actually treated with quite a bit of compassion and nuance.
Yeah, people aren't just like mean to her and throwing her out and like writing her off necessarily like they could have been in a movie like this.
George helps her. She goes to him when he's still George Bailey, and she says, I got to get out of town. I've like messed things up for myself. I'm going to go to the city. Can I borrow some money? And he's like, yeah, of course. Just like, get on your feet and it'll be fine. Don't worry about it. And in this version, she's not doing well at all. She's a drunk, and she's probably a little more than that. And things aren't going good for her. And he's trying to help, and they're like, that old whore, we don't care about her because everyone's mean because you don't exist.
Yep.
And they go to the bar. They go to Martini's, but it's not Martini's anymore. It's Nick's. And Paul pointed out that Nick sounds like a character from The Simpsons. If you guys know the one I mean, he sounds like the one who sort of talks like this.
Oh my God, yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
Totally.
Who I'm sure Hank Azaria modeled after Nick.
Oh my God, funny.
And Nick is not nice in this universe. And he says, we serve hard drinks for men who want to get drunk fast. Because Clarence, again, gay, tries to order like a mulled wine or something. And they're like, listen, pansy ass. Like it's very gay, like homophobic.
No, it really does. Yeah, for sure.
And luckily that is played as bad. Good. And they get thrown out of the bar. And so he's like, I gotta see Mary. Show me Mary.
Oh my God. I can't get over this.
Clarence says, you're not gonna like it, George. And he runs away and he goes, She's at the library.
Oh
And we
my.
see that the grisly fate that happens to Mary,
The worst possible
the
fate.
worst possible thing that could ever happen to Mary Hatch.
She's unmarried.
She's a librarian who never got married, and her eyebrows are not plucked. And she wears glasses.
Not a spot of makeup. She reads. A woman that reads.
She's hideous. She's literally so beautiful still.
Yep. It's literally like, oh my God, no children and books in hand.
Oh,
Arrest
the
her.
horror.
She's a witch.
It is hilarious. Yeah, she's a witch. It is hilarious. My generous take on it is that she and George are soulmates, and because her soulmate was never born, like that part of her soul never got to flourish.
And like she wanted kids and she didn't have kids. Yeah.
So like my generous take on it is that, but it is like hilarious. It's objectively so funny.
Of the time, like it does make you think, oh my God, back then that literally was my worst fate.
And now with this trad wife movement,
oh my God,
everything old is new again.
I would love nothing more than to sit in a library all day and read.
Literally sounds great.
That's a dream.
That sounds awesome. I want to work
in a library. An unmarried wench.
Oh my God. And so that he goes up to her and then terrifies her. He's like, we're married, Mary. And she's like, oh my God, police, help. And then she faints, which is very funny because Mary faints in this universe. She's not really the toughest nails broad we know. She's beaten down and she faints. And so he's like, oh my God. So he's stumbling around Bedford Falls going, oh, everything is bad. I miss my kids and I don't want to die. Goes back to the bridge. It's still not snowing and he's praying. And this is very moving. I thought this, Jimmy Stewart is a very good actor.
He's wonderful in this. We haven't even really talked about that, but I feel like it's almost a given in that time period. Every time I see movies with him in it, I really am he's such a movie star. You can't look away from him.
A movie star. And he's grounded and like so present and like his acting is so beautiful. And when he's sobbing into his hands, like begging to live again, it is incredibly moving. And he had just gotten back from World War II.
Yes.
When he was filming this. So like there was a lot going on for Jimmy Stewart. And luckily, it starts to snow again. And who should show up?
I got chills.
I know. And who should show up but Bert the cop? And at first, he's
Bert.
like, Bert, get away from me, Bert. He's like scrappy and he's in survival mode, like a cornered animal. And he's like, I'll hit you again, Bert, I swear. Because he hit a cop. He hit a cop in the alternate universe.
Sure did.
And Bert's like, George, I care about whether or not you're okay. See, this is what cops should be doing. They should be de-escalating and using empathy. And he's like, wait, do you know me? And the relief on his face, like he's so good.
Yeah, he's
the relief
fantastic.
on his face is so visceral.
Yeah.
And he realizes that his mouth is bleeding. Everything he hated, Zuzu's pedals, everything that was making him feel frustrated, he's now so grateful for because it means he has his life back. And so he shouts, Merry Christmas! And it's just full body chills, smile from ear to ear, just like he's running through Bedford Falls. And it's that down, the same thing happens in A Christmas Carol where the whole movie or story is really this like uphill climb, like on a roller coaster. And then the payoff is this whoosh downhill.
Yeah.
And it's so satisfying. So he's
it's
saying
so
like,
true.
Merry Christmas to everything he hated. And he's just so happy to see it all again. And he runs home and Mary's not home. She's out. But he's like, oh, the bank examiner's here, probably with a cop. And that's probably a warrant for my arrest.
Okay, love it. Happy to see you guys.
Big fan. Because he's like, listen, I'm just so happy to be alive that I will face the consequences of whatever's going to happen. And, this ending makes me weep.
No, me too. It is like somebody pushes a button and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so grateful for my life.
So Mary comes home and she walks in, she's got this like headscarf delicately placed, not tied, delicately placed so that she can snatch it off right away.
Yes.
I love that. And she's like, George. I love the way she's like hysterically says his name. George, they're coming. George, they're all coming. And so you're like, what the hell is happening?
Yeah.
And who should show up but everybody? Zuzu's better. He picks her up, not a smidge of temperature.
Yeah.
And everyone in town,
Everyone,
full body chills.
I
can't
know,
even take it.
know. There is something about like introducing you to all of these people in the town and making the payoff so huge like that.
Yes.
I don't know any other movie that it works quite that well, that you as the viewer are looking around at all those faces going, oh my gosh, they did care, like they did show up.
Yeah. After we started with their prayers, not just thoughts and prayers, they showed up to make a difference in somebody's life. And that is an incredibly important message. So everybody shows up, and Uncle Billy's like, Mary did it. She got everyone in town. And the way that everybody's like, we heard George was in trouble. Drop everything. Of course. Yeah. And they've got this laundry basket, and they're all collecting. They're all collecting money, and everyone's paying them back. And like, they all have little quips. And like, Annie's like, I've been saving this for a divorce in case I ever get a husband. Funny.
Love it.
They're like, I wouldn't have my house if it weren't for you, George. Like, I can't, I'm going to cry. Oh. And then the little girl there, Janie, I think it's Janie, gets on the piano and starts playing Hark the Herald Angels Sing. And who should show up but Harry Bailey, because this was supposed to be his welcome home party.
Yeah.
From the war, because he was a decorated war hero. Who, first of all, he would have, I forgot about the graveyard scene, by the way, sorry.
Oh, horrible. Yeah,
just
he
like
would have
in
died.
Christmas Carol, he goes to the graveyard. Harry Bailey died because George wasn't there to save him. An entire battalion died because George wasn't there to save Harry. One person's life has a huge impact on everybody around him and beyond. And so Harry shows up, and he's like... He's like, well, first of all, then Sam Wainwright calls, and this is so funny, or he telegraphs. He telegrams, and it's HEE HAW. First of all, again, drop it. High school was a million years ago. Come on. And he's like, heard you needed cash, wired you $20,000 or something like that. Yeah, which has me laughing because then I'm picturing all the people in town being like, oh, can I get my money back then?
Can I actually, sorry, because you have what you need.
I put like $160 in that laundry. Can I just take it back?
Yeah, because he's like rich, you know, like,
yeah, you have more than enough. But they don't. And HEE HAW and Merry Christmas. So he saved. Even the bank examiner rips up the warrant and puts like $10 in.
Yeah, it's so sweet.
And they all start singing. And Harry Bailey. Harry Bailey lifts his drink.
This is the only correct response to this.
I know. He lifts his drink and he says, to my brother George, the richest man in town.
Oh, and it's true.
And then, guess what? A bell rings. And also he gets a present. There's a present under the tree that wasn't there. And
it's so cute.
He opens it. It's the copy of Tom Sawyer.
Oh my. Guys, please subscribe to Patreon so you can see this.
With Clarence's signature on the inside, and it says, to George, no man is a failure who has friends.
That line is like maybe the line that's the most meaningful to me of like any movie.
Same. I think about it all the time.
So do I. Like, it is so true. Anyone that is good to the people around them, that is a friend to the people around them, is not a failure. And it's a beautiful, beautiful sentiment that even when you're at your lowest, your friends are there for you and the people who love you. And we forget. It's so easy to forget when you're going through life and you're stressed, and
it's so easy to forget.
It's the best reminder, and it's beautiful, and it gets me every goddamn time.
I know. And on the worst day of your life, you can get through it because other people care about you. And you can rely on other people's generosity of spirit.
Yes.
And you can show up for them. And if that part gets me, because it makes me think of Paul. It makes me think of my boyfriend, Paul, who's just the kindest person on planet Earth. And he has made, I'm going to cry. He has made such a huge difference in like so many people's lives.
Oh,
like
yes,
there are
it's true.
hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people who, if something like this happened to Paul, would be there in 5 seconds and would be like, Paul changed my life. They would.
Yeah.
Like he is that kind of person who just devotes his life to helping people for no credit, wants nothing in return. And so I just think about the fact that like Paul is incredibly rich because
yes,
no man is a failure who has friends. And I don't know anyone who is more beloved than my partner, Paul.
Oh my gosh,
So I just think
Alex,
of him.
that's the sweetest thing in the world.
Yeah, I'm very lucky.
Gosh. I mean,
suck it, Dan.
Anyway, Dan, you don't get a call out. No, I'm just kidding. No, I would imagine that he would say the same of you, and so would I.
Well, that would be very generous.
You know what? This is a nice mushy podcast for a nice mushy movie.
Yeah. And then a bell rings, and Zuzu says a great line reading.
Yes.
Teacher says, every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings.
That was spot on.
Spot on.
Wow.
I've seen this movie 8 million times.
That was good, Alex.
And I've played literally every single female part in the radio play, because I've done the radio play 3 times.
Did you say that line?
I think I did.
Wow.
I played Ma Bailey. I played Mrs. Hatch.
That was gorgeous. Mary?
But and again, Jimmy Stewart's perfect acting when he says, "That's right, attaboy, Clarence," and he winks. And
it's
then my favorite part of my mom and I look for this every time. My favorite part of the whole movie is when they're singing "Auld Lang Syne" and he does not know the words.
Does he not?
He sings "Auld Lang Syne." You could see his mouth. He's like, he does not know the words.
That's amazing. He definitely just got to set that day and was like, I'll figure it out.
I'll wing it. And
amazing.
that is It's a Wonderful Life. It's so good. It's brilliant. I don't want this to be too long, so let's skip right ahead to the Rotten Tomato score.
Let's do it.
Tomato meter is 94% fresh, and popcorn meter is 95% fresh. And I couldn't disagree.
I give it a 98, but yep.
I know, I'd give it 100. No, I wouldn't, because like some of it
there's a couple outdated things. Yep.
Outdated, but it's a near perfect film.
It is so beautiful, and it really does. Like, number one, that was so sweet, Alex.
Sorry, I can't talk about this movie without crying.
It's so sweet. It is so moving, and I love that it has had a positive, beautiful impact on people for so many years. It's just a wonderful thing to revisit every Christmas.
It's a wonderful movie.
It's a wonderful movie, and it's a wonderful life.
Yeah. And you guys should watch it too. And then let us know all your thoughts. And maybe don't drink Bailey's every time anyone says Bailey. Don't do it. It wasn't worth it. I felt so sick. I was up all night with horrific indigestion. So don't do it. Oh. But watch the movie and let us know what you think. Do you love this movie? Is it in your Christmas rotation? Are you one of those people who hates this movie? Because they do exist. People hate this movie.
People do hate this. Yes. And that's crazy. Bananas.
I'd be willing to hear you out, but it's not going to change my mind.
I'll hear you out. Yeah.
I'm pretty embedded in my thought process on this one.
Same.
Yeah. But make sure you subscribe to our Patreon and join us over there this Thursday, because we will be talking about our top 5 movies of 2024.
Oh, yes. Guys,
and they're fun ones.
They are fun. And we have really different lists this year, which is great because I feel like we're going to cover something for everyone.
Yes. Yeah. I like the way we went in very different directions. And so we talk about a wide gamut of movies. Yeah. And you can follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Film Bros Pod. And you can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Alexandra Wide Eyes.
And you can follow me on Instagram at S Tercy and on TikTok at Laurel Street.
And Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa. We will see you
guys.
After the holidays. Happy holidays, you beautiful, beautiful people. Mwah.
It's a wonderful life. We're not a failure because we have you as our friends.
Oh, and every time a bell rings, an angel gets
our
its wings.
Our podcast gets its wings.